D2, we've got Howells-Dodge, a team that
First time in the finals, right? For Howells?
Yeah,
they don't make it here very often.
Maybe we've seen that name a couple of times, and Hitchcock County, who just blew the doors off of Bloomfield. So Howells-Dodge took care of Central Valley. We pretty much said all year the Jaguars would be here. It seems like you could pretty much say that preseason of every season. I think the Jaguars will win. Well, here they are again, and probably a favorable matchup for them, depending on again, weather could turn poor, but they've just taken care of business every week. Playoffs, regular season, you name it, and they're dominating on the field.
Yeah, it's probably the best 8-man team in the state, regardless of class. They housed Neely Oakdale early in the year, and now look where Neely Oakdale is. We just talked about them.
Yeah.
Of course, I say they might be the best 8-man team in the state. If they're not, it might be the team they're playing. In Hitchcock, and it's kind of that great unknown for those of us who live in the eastern part of the state.
Yep.
But Hitchcock County's only given up 52 points all season, and 24 of those came in one game against a playoff qualifier in South Loop. They shut out Bloomfield in the semifinals. They shut out Humphrey St. Francis in the first round. And this wasn't a classic Humphrey St. Francis team, but still, that's a tradition-rich program you're talking about. They took care of Elm Creek in the quarterfinals. If they can bring that kind of defense to Memorial Stadium, and look, defense travels. It's the old cliche. Now, Howells-Dodge is a different animal, and it's going to be a different level of physicality, a different level of skill, no doubt. But Hitchcock County's defense, I think, can keep them in this game. Is it enough to win the game? I don't think so. It's a big stage, and Howells-Dodge has been here so much. How quickly can Hitchcock County kind of settle in, get the feel of the game, get the feel of being in the big stadium, get the feel of what's lining up across from them. That, I think, is going to tell the story. If Howells-Dodge is able to score, a touchdown or two early, that might be enough with the way these teams like to play football. So you lean Howells-Dodge here, depending on how that Hitchcock County defense, I think, shows up early on.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we've said it all season. I think it's all Jaguars until someone proves it differently. It's much like a couple of the other classes, Aurora, Bennington, Howells-Dodge, Norfolk Catholic. These are the teams that at the beginning of the year we said, as long as they don't lose or as long as they don't look bad in a loss, they'll find their way to Memorial Stadium. And that's exactly what they've all done.
Yep. Again,
Hitchcock County, I'll be the first to say I have not watched a snap of Hitchcock County football. But, if they, now the flip side, of course, if they can jump on Howells-Dodge early.
That's right.
If their defense can, like you said, settle in, if their defense can get ahead of themselves rather than, having to play from behind, it could be a completely different story. But until then, I think it's Howells-Dodge, and when we're wrong, we'll eat our words
We'll
later.
apologize to the fine people of Trenton, Nebraska.
Exactly.